Keir Starmer promised the British public a crackdown on illegal immigration, vowing to dismantle the criminal networks profiting from human smuggling. He stood before the cameras, made bold statements, and assured everyone that his government had the situation under control. Millions were poured into new border security measures, and Starmer's administration ramped up the tough talk. But now the numbers are out, and the truth is undeniable. Instead of stopping the boats, the crossings have skyrocketed. Over 3,400 migrants have arrived via the channel just since the start of the year, a staggering 20% increase from last year. And 2024 was already a record-breaking year for illegal migration. The so-called smash the gangs policy, a complete failure. The only thing that slowed crossings down was the stormy weather, not government action. Now that the seas are calmer, migrants are pouring in at an even faster rate. Just last Sunday, a jaw-dropping 592 illegal migrants arrived in the UK, the highest single-day total ever recorded in March. So what happened to Starmer's big promises? Where is the crackdown? If his government had truly taken control, why are we seeing record-high numbers? The reality is simple. Britain has been scammed. The government's tough talk was just smoke and mirrors, and now the crisis is spiraling out of control. Today, we break it all down, the lies, the failures, and the disastrous consequences of this reckless policy. But before we get into the details, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Join our rapidly growing community as we expose the truth the mainstream media won't tell you. The numbers don't lie. Starmer's border crisis exposed. Since the beginning of the year, over 3,400 migrants have made the illegal journey across the English Channel, a shocking 20% increase compared to the same period last year. And let's not forget, 2024 was already a record-breaking year, with nearly 37,000 illegal crossings, a massive jump from the previous year. This is despite Starmer's government pouring millions into the Border Security Command, increasing resources for the National Crime Agency, and announcing a supposed tougher approach to people smuggling gangs. But has any of this actually made a difference? Just this past week, more than 1,300 migrants arrived on UK shores. And when you break it down by day, the situation is even more alarming. Sunday, 592 arrivals in just 11 boats, the biggest March arrival on record. Monday, 182 migrants arrived. Tuesday, 326 more crossed in just 6 boats. Wednesday, another 180 landed. And yet, 8 months into Starmer's leadership, there's absolutely no sign that his policies are having any effect. Instead of stopping the boats, the crisis is getting worse. A maritime security expert summed it up perfectly. This policy of smashing the gangs just isn't working. The only thing controlling the numbers is the weather. If it wasn't for the storms, we'd be seeing even higher arrivals. Think about that. The only thing stopping an even bigger crisis is bad weather, not government action. That's how ineffective this administration has been. The smash the gangs scam Starmer's entire strategy is built on empty promises. He talks tough, throws money at government agencies, and announces flashy new initiatives, but none of it actually works. Yes, there have been arrests of some suspected people smugglers in the UK and Europe. But has that stopped the boats? Has it even slowed them down? Absolutely not. The reality is, these criminal networks are still fully operational, the crossings are higher than ever, and Starmer's so-called crackdown is nothing more than a gimmick. Meanwhile, the Home Office continues to insist they're doing everything possible. A government spokesperson stated, "We all want to end dangerous small boat crossings, which threaten lives and undermine our border security. The people smuggling gangs do not care if the vulnerable people they exploit live or die, as long as they pay. We will stop at nothing to dismantle their business models and bring them to justice." But here's the problem. We've heard it all before. These are the same excuses we got from the previous government. The cycle continues. 1. Make big promises about tackling illegal immigration. 2. Fail to deliver any real results. 3. Blame external factors for the rising numbers. The truth is simple. Starmer's policies aren't working, and the British people are paying the price. The dangerous consequences. This isn't just about numbers on a spreadsheet. It's about real consequences for Britain. Strained public services, Schools, hospitals, and housing are being overwhelmed by unchecked illegal migration. Rising crime rates. Many migrants arrive without background checks, leading to concerns about criminal activity. Massive financial burden. Taxpayers are funding accommodation, legal aid, and welfare benefits for thousands of new arrivals. And yet Starmer refuses to take real action. Instead of closing loopholes, tightening border security, and enforcing strict deportations, his government continues to follow the same failed approach. The people smugglers know this. That's why they aren't afraid. They see Starmer's government as weak, ineffective, and completely incapable of stopping them. So here's the question. How much longer can Britain afford to tolerate this? How much longer will the government keep lying to the public while the crisis spirals further out of control? The urgent need for change. It's clear that Britain is facing an immigration emergency, and this government has completely lost control. The crossings are higher than ever. The government's smash the gangs approach isn't working. The only thing reducing arrivals is bad weather, not government policy. This is no longer just an issue of illegal migration, it's an issue of trust. Keir Starmer made huge promises to the British people, but the truth has now been exposed. His policies are failing, his leadership is weak, and his government has been caught in a massive lie. So what do you think? Is Starmer's government deliberately misleading the British public, or is he simply too incompetent to handle the crisis? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And before you go, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more hard-hitting political analysis. We break down the facts that the mainstream media won't tell you. Also, if you want to support the channel, check out our latest merchandise at britishstand.com. Every purchase helps us keep bringing you the truth. That's all for today. See you in the next video.